truck and trailer and boat are all together in the water.
As lifeguards prepare to dive to the sunken truck, the anxious owner disconnects his boat from the trailer.
Hey, I don't want you taking that off. I don't want you to. Stop.
Mission Beach, can you start heading code 3 for a boat in the surf off San Fernando?
We had a 16-foot jet drive boat come out of Mission Bay and just quickly turn towards shore and start driving through swimmers.
Lifeguard Alex Green was in Tower 12 when he noticed the same out-of-control jet boat crashing through the surf.
I couldn't believe it. I was saying, oh my God, like this is really happening. I've only heard about this in scenarios.
Lifeguard Charlie Knight reacts to the call on a personal watercraft, while lifeguard Grant LeBeau departs Code 3 from Mission Beach.
You know, along the way, I saw them. It looked like they were going to flip at one point. They were going down the face of the wave, and the only reason why they didn't flip was just because they were going so fast.
I was out there waiting to catch a wave, and all of a sudden I saw the boat coming in. I was worried he was going to hit me. I was that close.
South Mission Beach, the water is clear around the vessel. It's going to be a sea-doo. It's on the sand.
Sergeant Rick Strobel heads to Tower 12 to take over command.
I looked down the beach and I could see the boat just inside the surf, and before we knew it, the boat was on the beach.
Lifeguards arrive in force to find the jet boat beached. The swimmers are now safe, but the boat is stuck in the impact zone. Lifeguards rush to get the driver and passenger out as quickly as they can.
Once we got to them, we want to get them off the boat safely. You don't want them to jump off the stern of the boat and have a wave push the boat over them. So you want them to jump off the bow, jump off to the side, get them away from the boat.
We were trying to maneuver, try to get out of it, but the wave was high, and we didn't have a chance to even think what was happening, So we just pushed ashore to the beach.
Yeah, just trying to keep it bow out, and we'll arrange for a tow off the beach.
You got a four-wheel drive what?
Yeah, it's a Hummer.
You got a Hummer?
Yeah.
All right, jump in my car and we're gonna go for a ride. Two inexperienced people, very nice people. They were looking for a dock. Obviously, they were in the ocean. They weren't gonna find a dock out here.
I'm from Canada, so we don't have these waves in Canada.
They're very lucky that they didn't get hurt, and they're very lucky that they didn't hurt somebody else.
In this exclusive footage, we see the collision. The PWC on the right of the screen is traveling west as it collides with an 18-foot passenger boat. Luckily for the victim, lifeguard Mike Manley is only 20 yards away when he witnesses the accident.
I was on patrol in lifeguard vessel Guardian 1. I just see a PWC and a vessel collide. The operator of the PWC was in the water. He was conscious, in a lot of pain.
Guardian 1 on scene, Fiesta Bay, PWC collision. I need medics to Ski Beach dock and other units. There's gonna be a C-spine in the water.
Lifeguard Steve Orlowski pulls up on his rescue boat within 2 minutes.
I'm on scene. We got one guard with the victim. He's already times 4. He's got a broken arm, broken leg. We got a big C-spine in the water.
Officer Manley was in the water. About 30 feet away from the hull of an overturned PWC was a gentleman screaming, "What just happened? What just happened? His leg hurt, don't touch me, leave me alone." We had a lot of wave motion and turbulence in the water. Saw a lot of pink in the water. I, at that time, decided, for airway precautions, C-spine precautions, we're gonna be kind of pushed away. We need to get that guy onto a boat.
He just reached over the gunnel on his vessel, handed me the backboard. He seemed to be in shock. He was kind of worried about a lot of other extraneous things other than exactly what just happened.
Together, Manley and Orlowski get the victim into Rescue West and begin first aid.
And on his right knee, there was a pretty significant abrasion. He was saying that he couldn't move his knee. And then I saw on his right arm, close to the elbow, his forearm to the bone, kind of filleted open.
So we wrapped it and stopped the bleeding as quickly as possible. There was a lot of blood. So we cleaned that up and wrapped it up, realizing that there was some leg damage on his right leg.
The victim has experienced major trauma. Manley and Orlowski are concerned about internal injuries. The lifeguard fireboat arrives and escorts Rescue West to the dock at Ski Beach.
It's all open there. This is just wide open. Okay. How's your thigh? Is it your knee?
No, just my knee.
Okay.
Yeah,
so your toes.
Negative toes.
The victim is alive, but in shock. and it's unknown if he has any internal injuries.
Gonna run you up to the hospital. Get checked out.
I don't want to go to the hospital, man.
You got it, man. You got it. Pretty significant injury.
Yep. Because it happened in front of us, we were right there. So we cut a lot of time off that golden hour. You have an hour to respond and get that patient to ultimate care of the trauma surgeon.
Rescue Boat 4 beach ops. We got a call, possible hazmat at shoreline.
Downtown Marina, we have a report of a hazardous material on the water, unknown substance. Rescue boat in the area will be on scene when we get there. We'll back them up and we'll see what we need to do.
En route, Robert and John focus on the radio chatter, gathering information about an apparent fuel leak.
Rescue Boat 3. You call Marine Ops and have them notify the owner. Gateway F, slip number 4. Put the crew in on turnouts to open up the hatches.
Responding to the call, our lifeguards must head from the outer harbor to the largest, most densely packed marina in Long Beach. When they arrive, Rescue Boat 3 is already on scene.
What do you got?
Gain entry to the vessel. Smells like gasoline.
What we found here is a boat that's full of gasoline, means his tank was probably been leaking for a long time, so it's a bomb.
A vessel this size could easily contain 300 gallons of gasoline that might be ignited by any stray spark.
The possibility of this boat exploding, it's a great possibility. It's not just one boat exploding. We're in a marina, you got neighbors in close proximity, so if this boat blows up, we have a whole different set of issues. I'm gonna put my deckhand John off. He's gonna go onto the docks and look around and search if he can find anything.
The lifeguards and fire department share a unique partnership in this city. Here, all rescue boat operators and deckhands are also trained in marine firefighting and armed with the equipment to handle hazardous and potentially explosive material.
To be honest with you, there's always a little nerves when you have your turnouts on, you're going into a confined space. You don't know what you're gonna see, you don't know if you're gonna find smoke, flame, you're gonna find fuel in the bilge. It kind of gets your adrenaline flowing a little bit.
Okay, we have 2 of our deckhands in the boat right now. What's in there?
Looks like he's been working on his port engine. A lot of stuff's disassembled. Probably the fuel lines. Putting a little product in the bilge.
Is there any fuel pocketing down below in any of the forward hatches?
Forward.
How much?
Enough.
With a confirmed leak, the first thing the rescue team must do is cut off all electrical power to the boat.
We turned off all the batteries, all the switches, all the breaker panels. What we're doing now is shut off the bilge pumps so we don't get a spark.
He's got shore power coming in on your left side right there.
Unplugging the boat's power at the source increases the chances of sparking. John must exercise extreme caution while handling the live wire. After a few tense moments, Robert receives good news.
The shore power is disconnected. The boat and also the tank.
So the electricity's off, so that's one less hazard we have to worry about. We're gonna open the windows, open the doors, and we're gonna go ahead and put a blanket of foam all along the bottom of that boat. What that does is takes away the oxygen layer, so that the chance of explosion's a lot less.
With the boat safely defused, the lifeguards tow the vessel to an isolation dock far from the crowded marina. There, the owner will be able to safely repair his fuel leak.
We have a turned over sailboat out here by the breakwater.
Beach ops, Rescue Boat 4, we're on scene. It's a turtle Hobie. All right, here's the Hobie. You're gonna have to get wet if it's turtle. Showtime.
The owner of the sailboat tells the crew that he's uninjured, but he'll need help getting the boat flipped over.
Go ahead, Johnny. Okay, what John's doing is he's gonna try to get the sail up straight. To do that, we have to turn it into the wind. Johnny, hey.
After struggling to right the vessel, John concludes that the mast has filled with water and is too heavy for the 2 of them to lift.
This mast is full, so we gotta pull up slowly with this.
By wrapping a rope around the sailboat and attaching it to the rescue vessel, the lifeguards will attempt to flip the capsized catamaran. But in order for this to work, both John and the sailor must use their weight to keep the rope from slipping.
You ready?
Yes.
Here we
they attempt to right the vessel, the boater shows signs of fatigue. The water is in the low 60s, and he's been in it for way too long.
Slow muscle. Get all the water out of the sails. He's using his weight. Hopefully his sails are loose.
As the boat rights, trouble sets in. The boater's overexerted himself. He's slipping into hypothermia.
Give me a buoy! Hypothermia kicks in real quick out here in this type of water. But we're gonna go ahead and bring him back to our boat. Just a typical boat rescue is now a full-blown rescue.
Luckily for the stranded sailor, the lifeguards are there to pull him to safety before his hypothermia worsens.
How you doing?
And while his day is over, the lifeguards are far from done.
Careful. Take your time. We want to relax, check you out a little bit, all right? Does anything hurt? Did you hit anything else? No, just cold?
Our plan would be upside down for an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you going to be able to sail that boat back?
Well, I just was getting the water so darn long and cold.
Okay, I understand that.
Just as simple as that.
Okay. You take your time. You have as much time as you need. It's your choice. We'll take you back to the beach. We'll pull your sails and tow it back. Or you sail back. That's up to you. If you're cold, there's no worries.
If I can just warm up for a second, I'll be fine.
Once a year, powerboats arrive in Long Beach to compete in one of the largest races of its kind.
Speed and confined space don't go together. Hopefully there won't be any major accidents and everybody can go home and be safe.
The morning event passes without injury. But the winds begin to pick up just as the fastest boats are launched.
We've got something on the course. They just shut off the flares. It's a warning flares, meaning something happened on the race.
Just had another accident.
We do got 2 guys in the water. We're gonna hang back.
As Lifeguard Hamilton maneuvers out of the way of the high-speed rescue boat, the lifeguards find themselves in a race of their own.
They rescued them on their quick boats. They just went by us at high speed. They take them over to what we call Marina Park area, pretty much what we call scoop and run. We have the rescue teams from the race, we have lifeguards from the beach here, and we also have Rescue Boat 3.
The wind got under one of the Cracker Box boats, causing a high-speed flip. The passenger's face has been bloodied by the impact, but it's his leg that has everyone concerned.
Yeah, it hurts. It's going away. It got real bad when it first happened.
Okay.
As for the condition of the driver,
Howdy, guys.
he's just grateful to be alive.
How do you guys like that? Yeah, I'm good. I thought maybe I hit it. I think it's okay. I was trying to get ahead in the first turn. I was on the outside lane. That was a good lane yesterday, and just caught an edge going around the corner, and it just decided to go over on me. It's not something you plan on. I was crying. You remember? Like my leg. Remember the crash and all that?
Yeah. I did this as a favor this weekend. Usually I'm in the other seat.
I'm feeling fine. I feel very good. It was a good day to take a swim. This is fantastic service. It always has been with the safety people here. And I've been in the water here before. I can always rely on them. Boy, I barely flopped up on the surface and these guys were in the water with me. So it's really a good thing. Really a good thing. Sprint boat racing.
Luckily, both of these men are able to walk away under their own power. But for them, the race ends here.
Dispatch to 4 Sam, got a 911 report of a person injured on a vessel. It's going to be a 25-year-old female with traumatic injuries from a fall.
Lifeguards Steve Orlowski and Mark Brown are the first to respond.
Guardian 1 responding.
We arrived on scene and it was a 50-foot sport fishing vessel that had a lot of people on board. It seemed to be having some kind of a gathering or a party on board.
Using their training as emergency medical technicians, once on scene, the lifeguards quickly assess the victim.
I'm gonna feel back here. You're gonna be good.
Got on the boat, we saw her laying on the ground with a couple wet towels around her, and so we just worked from there.
She either slipped and fell or tried to jump from the flybridge into the water and landed in her groin area on the railing of the boat, causing her traumatic injuries. She's got blood here.
Yeah, there's some on the side of the boat right there.
The victim's injury has caused severe bleeding and needs to be controlled immediately.
She was going to be a major trauma, so we wanted to be off that boat as soon as possible.
The lifeguards and their rescue boats are crucial in the process of transporting victims. Essentially, the boats are water ambulances.
We just wanted to confirm that the Sports Center dock is going to be the best location for the medics. That's where we have them routed now.
Typically, there's a lot of traumatic injuries, and so having the skill of emergency medical technician is a key component out here on the harbor unit.
Lifeguards transport the injured woman to the medics waiting on shore in less than 10 minutes from the initial call.
26-year-old female weighing 107 pounds. She's in extreme pain, a 9 out of 10.
Thanks to the San Diego Lifeguards, the woman is now on her way to the hospital.
Okay, what we have is a 42-foot trawler taking on water. Hopefully, we can get ahead of it before it goes down.
When Robert arrives, Rescue Boat 2 is already on scene, pumping water out of the sinking ship. A vessel of this size could contain over 400 gallons of fuel. If it sinks, gasoline and oil will spill out, ravaging the marina, causing an ecological nightmare.
She was about probably 1.5 feet down in the bow. If they go down in the transom, the water starts coming in on its own. Besides the leak, then they go pretty fast.
Hey, do you have any idea what's leaking in here?
No idea.
A hose, anything?
Somebody on the other end of this?
Yeah?
Hey.
With multiple pumps working overtime, John and the other lifeguards race to get another one running.
I had 2 small pumps that I brought over. We couldn't keep up. It was still going down. The engine was over half submerged.
Tell me when you got it. Right there. A lot of water in the bilge up around his engine. We're trying to locate the source right now. We think it's coming in where the shaft enters the hull. We got to get the water out so we can figure out where it's coming in.
The extra pump is paying off. For the first time, water is going out faster than it's coming in.
Blue line's staying steady right now. I'll let you know when we get ahead of it. Stop.
We pumped out as much as we can from the bilge. We're still trying to find the source. We think
we're done. He can shut down. Boat 2 is going to stay on scene. Hopefully patch it up. If not, either way, this guy's got to have it fixed. He's got to be seaworthy just to be in the marina. So he's going to have to make repairs or get a haul out. Not sure exactly what we have yet. Possible car in the water at Davies. Oh, looks like we got a car and trailer. When you first see something, you're trying to figure out what you have, and then when you see it's car in the water, trailer, your first thing is, okay, are there people in the water?
I entered the water and had enough visibility to be able to see into the cab. The window was down, a small space, that cab. I was able to ascertain there was nobody in the vehicle at that time.
nobody inside. Everything's okay.
Fire, this is Rescue Boat 4.
Copy.
This is a vehicle that was launching his boat. His truck and trailer and boat are all together in the water. We're going to send some divers down to tie it up and have the trailer or the truck driver pull it out of the water.
Copy.
As lifeguards prepare to dive to the sunken truck, the anxious owner disconnects his boat from the trailer.
Hey, I don't want you taking that off. I don't want you to. Stop. Turn your boat off. I don't want you to disconnect it at this point. And where is your trailer? Right. How are you going to get this back on the trailer now is my question to you. All right, does your boat start right now? Yeah. Okay, go take it to the dock, and then I need get your registration with you and the driver's license. You were backing down and it got slippery?
Yeah, backing down. We need to go to the ball is up down. When I up down, he got up. Truck everything.
Is it still in reverse right now? Maybe?
Maybe.
Accidents, that's why you have insurance, right?
Yeah.
Tell me you have insurance.
As the tow truck arrives, an amused crowd gathers on the boat ramp.
He was trying to pull his boat out of the water, and his outdrive was down. So we started screaming and yelling for him to stop because his outdrive was hitting the concrete there. So he jumps out of the truck. He didn't set his brakes or put the truck in gear. He came and jumped into the boat, and everything started sliding to the ocean.
Still okay?
The truck? No.
Not okay?
The truck's in trouble. It's gonna need to go to the truck hospital. They gotta fix it. The mechanic's gonna have to really get on that.
Once the pickup is successfully out of the water, the boat is placed back on the trailer and towed out as well. As expected, the damage to the truck is substantial. But to the surprise of the lifeguards, the boat is also completely full of water and must be drained immediately.
Apparently he had a plug or something he didn't fill, so now he's got water been coming into his boat the whole time, as well as his car now. So he's having a real wet day.
With a missing plug resulting in a hole by the boat's prop, it's probably a good thing it never got too far from land. This accident is turning out to be a blessing in disguise.
Fortunately, he sunk here at the dock and not out to sea. Without those plugs, the boat's sinking. Had they gone out to sea, that boat sank. You got all these women and children on board. We have a whole different situation on our hands.